Welcome to Mama's Priceless Parties. Today I'm going to show you how to decorate a beautiful rosette cake using Betty Crocker Frosting. So whether you're a beginner or just looking to simplify your baking experience, this step-by-step tutorial is tailor-made for you. Now let's turn ordinary into extraordinary, one rosette at a time. We are going to start off with preparing our piping bag. So you'll need a 16-inch piping bag and a Wilton 1M tip, as well as a large coupler. So I'm going to unscrew the coupler, and I'm going to take the coupler base and put it into my piping bag as far as it can go. Next, I'm going to open my scissors and I'm going to make a line about a quarter of the way from the coupler thread to the coupler opening. I'm going to go back and forth, and this will make an indent in the bag. I'm going to push my coupler base back, and I'm going to find that line, and I'm going to cut along it. Next, I'm going to push the coupler base as far as it can go, and then I'm going to put on my Wilton 1M tip. I'll take the ring and I'm going to screw it onto the coupler base as tight as it can go, and you want to make sure that the tip does not wiggle. Now our bag is prepared. For all my tools and products I use in this video, check out the description box below. Today I'm going to be using Betty Crocker Creamy Deluxe French Vanilla Frosting. Now to get improved piping results, check out the link in the top right corner for my Betty Crocker Frosting hack. Now we are going to fill our piping bag with chilled frosting. You want to make sure you put the frosting in the fridge for at least 20 minutes prior to piping so that your rosettes come out more crisp. We are going to take our piping bag and fold it at the top, then place it into a tall glass and continue pulling that bag to the bottom of the glass. Then open up the piping bag. Next, we're going to place our chilled frosting in the piping bag, and we're trying to do it so it's about halfway full. Next, we'll unfold the piping bag. And push the frosting to the bottom. Now I see that there is a little bit of room, so I'm just going to go ahead and add a bit more frosting to the piping bag. So I'm going to put it back in the cup, and this time it folded over easier because there was already icing in there. And I'm just going to top it up, unfold the bag, and then push the icing to the bottom. I'm going to twist the bag, and we're ready to pipe the cake. We are going to start off with a cake that already has a crumb coat. Now, if you're not sure how to do that, click the link in the top right corner for how to make a cake. We are going to make our first rosette on the bottom side of the cake. So we are going to squeeze and make a star, and with consistent pressure, we're going to move to the right and make a circle around that star, release the pressure, and pull off. We are going to move half an inch to the right and make another rosette. And we're going to keep doing this around the whole bottom of the cake. Now, if you're new to piping rosettes, click the link in the top right corner for my Piping Techniques 101 video, which includes free printable practice sheets that are great for beginners. One thing to keep in mind is that I always keep my bowl of frosting in the fridge in between filling the piping bag. Okay, and one last rosette to finish that bottom layer. Now let's move to the second row. We are going to make a rosette in between the two rosettes below it, and we're going to slightly overlap them to form a triangle. Next, I'm going to show you when you make a mistake. So I don't like that rosette. I'm simply going to use a butter knife and remove it. So you just try to isolate that rosette as best as possible and remove the icing. Next, I'm just going to smooth out that icing and then repipe. Take your time, and then I fix the mistake. And we're going to keep doing our rosettes all along this second row. If you are liking this video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications bell. And we'll just continue making the rosettes around this whole second layer. Now we're going to move to the top of the cake. So we're going to start a rosette, and we're going to make a circle on the outer edge of the cake. And we're going to continue around this circle. Take your time making the rosettes. If you make a mistake, don't worry, get your butter knife out and just remove it and repipe. We're going to continue around the outer side, making a circle on this cake. Okay, and we're going to close off that circle with one last rosette. And now we're going to do the same thing, making a circle on the inner layer. So again, go side by side. Keep in mind that your rosettes will not always form a triangle because this is a smaller circle, so they won't align properly. Just do your best and work with the space that you have. So in this instance, I have a bigger space and I'm going to make one big rosette to cover it. And I'm going to finish the cake off with one big rosette in the center. Now I just want to touch up little minor spots where I have a couple holes, so I'm just going to use a toothpick and just push that frosting around, keeping the general rosette shape in mind. Now in this case, I don't have enough icing, so I'm just going to add some in and just reshape it. And now the cake is done. What a beautiful rosette cake. I hope you enjoyed making this cake with me today and that your rosette cake is absolutely priceless.